Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everything is going well. I want to go ahead and talk about today 10.5, and actually this would be day 2 of 10.5 since we already had a chance to talk about 10.5 on Friday. But what I'd like to really do today is really just kind of get acquainted with the big circle because I have been mentioning the big circle quiz coming up. So with the big circle, guys, what's really going to happen here is we're going to have a bunch of different angles, as you guys hopefully see right here. There's a bunch of different angles here. Some are central angles, some are going to be inscribed angles, some are angles coming from the exterior of the circle, some on the interior of the circle, little things like that. So we have now different ways of figuring out each and every one of these angles, and we're also going to have to use a lot of things that we already know, like we know a few things about the measures of arcs. We know a few things about triangles, maybe even quadrilaterals will show up here. So we're going to use everything at our disposal to figure this out. But before go any further, one thing that I need to absolutely mention, guys, is this. Um, Remember that each and every one of these problems down here, so each of these little things that we're looking for, all right, whether that's measures of arcs or measures of angles, remember, guys, they can be found in different ways. The method that I use right now is not the only way, guys. However, I'm just kind of going to go off the top of my head what comes up as the proper way to do this. But as I said, there is really no proper way to do it as long as each of your answers is justified. And maybe you spot something that I never did. As I always tell you guys, always do what's best for you. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. So the first thing is, yes, guys, we have a ton of angles here. We got to figure out all these. But at least we have a little bit of information. So let's go ahead and start off with the information that we actually know. So one of the first things that we know is that the measure of AD is 54. So let me go ahead and label all of these givens on my diagram. I know that AD is 54. Okay. I know that BC is 62. Okay. I know that DE is 36. So DE is 36. I know that the measure of arc HF is 22. Okay, and I finally know that the measure of EF is 78. So EF 78. Okay. All right. So let's see. One, two, three, four, five pieces of information and five pieces of information here as well. So let's go ahead and move on, guys. So here it is. You do not have to go in this order, guys. Absolutely do not have to. However, I actually do like the fact that they went and found all the measures of the arcs first before even starting to find any of these other measures of angles. So I actually like that, guys. Let's go ahead and find the missing angle measure, or sorry, the missing arc measures. So the first one that I'm going to go ahead and look for, let's see, what do they say? CD. So they want us to figure out what is the measure of CD. The nice thing about CD is that that's actually part of a semicircle. So that actually has to be 180 degrees. Okay, let's go ahead and write that down. So that is 180 degrees. All right, moving on to the next one, the measure of arc AB. So the measure of arc AB here is going to be, well, let's see, similar process, guys. This is a diameter. This is a semicircle. So that should all be 180 degrees. So what I could do is just go ahead and subtract 180 minus 54 as well as 62 to give me 64 degrees. So the measure here is 64 degrees. Okay, so 64 degrees. Awesome. All right. Next one. We're going to go ahead and find the measure of angle 1. Okay. Well, where's angle 1? Angle 1 is right here. Okay, so I'm going to look for that angle, and like I said, there's multiple ways of doing this, guys, but one of the things that stands out to me right now is that's an inscribed angle. Okay, so because it's an inscribed angle, I'm going to try to work with that. So that angle extends through here, and it extends through here. So what's going to be helpful here is if I actually knew what was the measure of arc CF. Now, at least I know what HF is. I know that's 22, but I have no idea what CH is. However, I have the ability to find out what it is, and here's how. Once again, this is a diameter, guys, which means that this is 180 degrees. So to find out what that measures, the arc CH, we would do 180 minus 36 minus 78 and minus 22 to give me an answer of 44 degrees here for that arc. Okay, well, how does that help me? Well, let's go back to it, guys. This angle right here, this angle 1, is an inscribed angle that has these two cuts right here. Okay, those are the segments that make up that angle. So if I go ahead and trap this arc, that's going to be 66 degrees. But remember, guys, inscribed angles are 1/2 the intercepted arc. So what's 1/2 of 66? That would be 33 degrees. 33 degrees. Okay? Let me go ahead and do a little bit of erasing. By the way, guys, I'm going to be doing a ton of erasing here. But for now, let's go ahead and label this as 33 degrees. Okay. Next one. Let's see. Did they just go in order? Like I said, guys, you do not, absolutely do not have to go in this order. I'm just gonna go ahead and follow it for now, but you do not have to do this order. One thing I do recommend, though, just like we did, look, guys, we actually found the measures of every single arc here. Okay, so that is definitely helpful. That is one recommendation I have for you. But other than that, you can go whichever way you want. All right, the next thing. Next one is angle 2. Now, angle 2 is created inside of the circle, guys, which means we have to look closely at the two segments that create it. All right, that's an angle inside of the circle. We've worked with these. Okay, we worked with these for the first part of 10.5. We said that to find that we have to actually figure out the two arcs. Oh, sorry, yes, the two pieces of arcs that it intercepts, which would be this one and this one. So between my two purple lines, guys, look at those two arcs, okay? And we actually said that to find that out, we would do the measure. Let me do it over here. The measure of angle 2 would be big arc plus little arc divided by 2, or in this case, let's see, 54 plus 36, 54 plus 36, that's 90. So 90, whoops, sorry guys, 90 plus the little arc here is 62. That all divided by 2. Let's see. 90 plus 62, 90 plus 62 divided by 2. We get an answer of 76 degrees. Okay, 76 degrees. I now know what angle 2 measures. It is, once again, 76 degrees. And we're good. Again, guys, that is how you find the measure of an angle that's inside of the circle. We add the two arcs that it intercepts. Okay, 76 degrees. Okay, we find the the two arcs that it intercepts, add them, and then divide by 2. So we're basically just finding an average. Okay, now here's exactly what I mean by you have multiple options of figuring this next problem out, guys. Okay, if you look closely, angle 3 right here is made up of these two chords right here. Okay, made up of those two chords. Now, what you could do is do something similar to what we did with angle 2. Okay, first, sorry, big arc plus little arc divided by 2. Or if you look closely enough, you might spot that this is actually a triangle. Okay, and because that's a triangle, you can go ahead and just do 180 minus 33 minus 76. And we ended up with an answer of 71. The measure of angle 3 is 71 degrees. Now, to prove to you guys that this has to be the answer, I am going to actually go the other approach as well. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to find the two arcs that it intercepts, this one and this one. Find the average and divide it by 2 just to prove it to you guys. So check it out. 64 plus 78 is 142. And if I divide that by 2, I get 71 again. It does not matter which way you do it as long as you get the right answer, I guess, in this case. But, guys, one thing I will recommend, though, regardless of which approach you take, if you find another way to actually do that problem, just look at it. Try it out. Give it a shot. because that way at least you're confirming your answer. You know for a fact that it has to be correct. Okay, so the measure of angle 3 is going to be 71. We're almost there. And we're going slow at first, guys, but that's because the rest of these will actually come out. You'll have multiple ways of of solving the other ones in a much quicker way as well. So the next one is going to be angle 4. Okay. Well, angle 4, same thing. Interior angle. So that angle is made up of these two chords. Okay. Let's try that. These two chords right here. Okay. Well, the two arcs that it intercepts is this one and this one. So I know how to do that. Again, I'm going to do it off to the side over here for real quickly. The measure of angle 4 is going to be big arc, 62, plus little arc divided by 2. So let's do that. 62 plus 36, divide that by 2. We get an answer of 49 degrees. So 49 degrees is our answer for angle 4. Cool? All right, I can do all this erasing here. I'm good with that. So 49 for angle 4. And actually, this next one is a good example of what I mean by this is going to go a little quicker, guys. If you look closely at this for angle 5, this segment as well, whoops, wrong one, my fault. This segment and this segment, if you look closely, guys, these are actually vertical angles. And we all know that vertical angles are congruent. So actually, not too much work needed here. We can actually go ahead and conclude that this is 71 degrees for angle 5. 71 degrees. Right? All right, let's move on. Yes, guys, you could have done it in a different way, but for now, I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. Now, talk about easy. Here's the next one. If you look closely at this, guys, you'll notice that this is a straight line, which means this all has to add up to be 180. Well, if that's the case, then to find angle 6, I can do 180 minus 49 minus 71 for a final answer here of 60 degrees for angle 6. So angle 6 is going to be 60 degrees here. Okay. All right. Next one is angle 7. Again, what we could do is, and actually angle 7, if you look closely, angle 7 and angle 4 are vertical angles. That's probably the easiest way I can think of right now. Those are vertical angles, so actually angle 7 is also 49 degrees. Okay. So we're making progress, and like I said, guys, it's getting a little quicker because we're finding a lot more angles. So angle 6 was 60, and angle 7 is 40 degrees. All right, and then finally the measure of angle 8 here. Well, don't have too much information just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and take the approach of understanding that angle 8 is an angle that is inside of the circle. Okay, so the two corresponding arcs to angle 8 would be this one and this one. So just like earlier, we can figure out the measure of angle 8 by doing measure of angle 8 is equal to, let's see, 36 plus 78, that's 114 plus 62. We could divide that by 2. Let me just double check my math here. So 36 plus 78, yep, 114 divided by, added to 62, and then we divided by 2. So answer that I got here was 88. Let me double check that. That doesn't sound right. Let me try that one more time. No, that's correct. Actually, no, it's not. I just realized I messed up. That is not 114. It's this whole this whole arc here. I forgot about this little 22 right there. So actually, I forgot to add that. Let's do it one more time. So this is going to actually be 36 plus 78 plus 22. That gives me 136. So 136 plus 62. That's gonna, and then I'm gonna divide that by 2. So let's see what we get there. So that's gonna be 6 plus 62 divided by, whoops, not multiplied, divided by 2 is going to give me 99. That looks better. Okay. I knew something was a little off here. Okay, 99. Okay, awesome. So, here we go. We have that this measures 99 degrees, and we're good to go with number 9. And actually, guys, I'm going to deviate a little bit here. I'm not going to go in order anymore, and this is the reason why. I'm noticing already that 12 and 80, angle 12 and angle 8 are actually going to be congruent because they're vertical angles. So I'm going to go ahead and label this as 88 already. Sorry, almost made a mistake again. That's 99. 99 degrees. And actually, if you look closely one more time, this is also a linear pair. Those should add up to be 180 degrees because they make a straight line. So actually, 180 minus 99 gives me 81. So this right here measures 81. And we don't really need this one, at least I don't think we do, but I'm going to go ahead and label it as 81 anyway. Okay, so we found out 3 angles here, guys. Let's go ahead and label all of them. So 8 was 99, 12 was 99. 8 was 99, 12 was 99, and we also found the measure of angle 13, which was 81. Okay, so we're getting closer. All right. Next one. Let's see. Let's go for number 9. Let's keep going in order one more time. Where the heck is number 9? Oh, I see it. It's right here. Angle 9 is hidden all the way over here, guys. Here's angle 9. Now, this is an exterior angle, guys. This angle is on the exterior of the circle. So, still check which piece of crust I cut out from that slice. Okay. So here I'm trapping this arc as well as this arc. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I usually do for an angle that's outside, okay, outside of the circle. So that's going to be the measure of angle 9 is equal to the big arc, 64, minus the little arc this time. Remember, we're subtracting this time because it's outside of the circle, and then we divide it by 2. So let's give it a shot. 64 minus 22 is 42, and 42 divided by 2 is going to give me 21. Whoops, 21 degrees. So I just found the measure of angle 9. It is 21 degrees. And we're good to go there, so let me write it down. 21 degrees. All right, next one, number 10. And again, guys, don't go in the same order if you don't want to. You can definitely go whichever order you want. As you guys saw earlier, I kind of deviated from that plan. But here is angle 10. That is actually an inscribed angle that has this is the intercepted arc. So remember, guys, inscribed angle, is half of the intercepted arc. So half of 54 here would be 54 divided by 2 gives you 27. So the measure of angle 10 is 27 degrees. Cool. Almost there. Got a couple more to do. So this was 27 degrees. All right, next one is 11. Now, the easiest thing I could do here, which I do want you to double check, guys, but the easiest thing to do here, if you notice, in this triangle, the missing angle is number 11. So I could do 180 minus 27 minus 99, and that's going to give me 54 degrees. So the measure of angle 11 is 54 degrees. What I recommend that you do right now, though, all right, and you could pause the video to try this out right now. But if you notice, that is also an angle that is inside of the circle, guys. Okay, you can use the intercepted arcs to figure out the measure of angle 11. So I would recommend, guys, take a moment, type it into your calculator, and see if you actually get the same exact answer. Okay. But for now, moving on, let's go ahead and try the next one. So pause the video at that time if you are trying that out on your own. But I am moving to number 14. Now, 14 is right here, kind of hidden, but it's right there. All right, that is also an angle that is inside of the circle, and I don't think I have too much information here that's going to help me figure it out, besides trying the fact that, once again, it's created by these two chords, and the intercepted arcs are this one and this one. Oh, sorry, looking at the wrong one. Whoops. My fault. I was still looking at 11. The intercepted arcs, my fault, are going to be this one and this one. We got a little bit of adding here to do. So let's go ahead and do it. So the measure of angle 14, measure of angle 14 is going to be equal to, well, let's see, that's 54 plus 36 plus 78 plus 22. So that's 190 plus 62. And then we're going to go ahead and divide that by 2. So let's see what we get. So 190 plus 62, divide that by 2, we get 126 degrees. Okay, so I just found the measure of angle 14, 126 degrees. Okay, I can erase these, and as I said, we got 126. We move on to angle 15. And angle 15, I can already see it is going to be a little simpler because this is a straight line. This is a linear pair. That should add up to be 180 degrees. All right, so I can do 180 minus 76, and I get 104. 104 degrees. If you wanted to get super clever, guys, you may have noticed that this right here was a quadrilateral. And you know that a quadrilateral should add up to be 360 degrees. So you could have actually subtracted all those angles and found 104 as well. But as I said, guys, I just like to share different ways of doing these. So the measure of angle 15 is 104. We move on to measure of angle 16. And look at that, another set of supplementary angles here because they create a linear pair. So that's going to be 180 minus 126. That's going to give you 54. So we're getting much closer here. So 54 degrees. And let's see, angle 17, and I'm not going to write them in there because it's kind of cramped in there. But this should be a linear pair as well. So once again, and actually, even easier than that, these are vertical angles. Okay, so that's it. 17 actually has to be 76 as well. And we're going to have one last problem to do. Okay, and that is the measure of angle 18, which is right here. Let me do some erasing here. 18 is right there. Well, that is an inscribed angle, and or you could actually use the fact that this was a triangle and you already have those measures. But because I want to get some practice with inscribed angles, guys, here it is. Here's my angle. Here is my intercepted arc right here. So that would be 78 plus 22. That gives me 100. So 100 divided by 2 is going to give me 50 degrees. Okay. I really wish there was a little bit more room in my big circle here, guys, to figure out those answers, to place everything. But this is exactly what I mean by the big circle, guys. Now, I actually also uploaded another worksheet that says 10.5 extra practice number 2, or big circle number 2. So I want you guys to go ahead and take a moment. You can stop the video at this point, but go ahead and try out that other big circle, guys. I want you guys to really get good at it, and that's what I want you guys to practice tonight. All right, so go ahead and give that a shot, guys, and I will talk to you guys a little later. Have a good one.